What's up, guys? So we finally have a trailer. It's really a teaser trailer that was released today. I checked it out. I've seen it several times. Because it's such a short trailer, I even slowed it down to see if there's anything I could catch that I normally would miss. So without further ado, I'm just going to get into it. The way the video started, I liked. You know, first of all, the name of the video, they actually named it "Start Your Engines" or "Gentlemen Start Your Engine," one of those two things. But I think that what they're trying to do is highlight the new and improved sound. And the game, honestly, I mean, just from the little bit of footage we've seen so far, it does sound better. I am excited to see what this game's going to sound like, and the little bit we've heard, I like it. I think it's a big improvement so far. But I think they're really pushing that, and I like that they worked on it. So I like that. I love the way that it sounded when they fired up the engines. It was odd because all the cars were just sitting on the track instead of the pits. So I guess they were, maybe it was a red flag situation and they just fired the cars up out on the track. That was odd, but whatever. The sound was awesome. And then from that point on, you saw the same generic stuff you see every year in every trailer. You see the racing. There's a lot of quick cuts, which I don't like because I want to see extended an extended view of the cars racing instead of all these quick action cuts with music in the background. Just show me the action and stick with it a little longer. Um, so it's over stylized, and I'm not a fan of it. But you saw it's generic, the same thing you see every year. In fact, if someone saw somebody took NASCAR Heat 3 and chopped it up and edited it, I have no doubt that you could make the same exact video and you probably couldn't tell the difference between the two. So it is what it is. But the sound stood out to me, and the only thing I didn't like was that the sound doesn't seem to match the video. If you see everything that's happening in the video and you hear the sound, it's almost like they have nothing to do with each other. That is just the way that these videos are edited. I'm not a fan of that. And there are a bunch of old cars from last year, even Trevor Bayne and all this stuff. People, they're going to make a big deal out of it. It's not a big deal. This is an early stage of the game, and they wanted to make this trailer, and they probably didn't have all the cars rendered out. They still probably had licensing issues to deal with. So they just used what they had available at the time to make the trailer. This is an early build. I wouldn't worry about every little detail, stuff like that. That's not the way the game's going to be when it's released. The game does look slightly better, like I've said, but it's not like, oh my God, it looks night and day better. It's hard to tell. So there's not much more to the video. Physics, a lot of people are talking about physics. I don't know how anyone can tell what the physics are like from these trailers. It's impossible, in my opinion. You really got to see extended gameplay footage, which I'm sure at some point we will see, and I want to hear 704 talk about it. But so far, it's been confirmed by several people that play in the Esports Pro League and all that stuff. They've had access to the game and even an early build, and they've all said that the physics are improved. They said it's better. So I have to believe that it is, and I'm sure that they worked on it. But looking at a trailer, you're not going to know if the physics are better just by looking at a trailer. So the only thing that I got from the trailer was the sound, and it does sound better. I am excited to actually watch and listen to actual gameplay footage. I hope that they release more information this weekend, because so far what we've got really is not a lot. The the video didn't really make me all that excited. I am excited for this game, but I didn't get any more excited from the video. It's a pretty generic video. I did like the very beginning. When you hear the cars fire up for the first time, it actually sounds good. So, I don't know what else to say about this teaser trailer. I'm expecting more information over the weekend. But if I had to guess, I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't expect too much in terms of surprises or additions to this game. I think that it just feels like what they wanted to do this year was take last year's game and just work on what's already there and improve on it. If the physics really are improved, and if the AI is really improved, and they spread out and they run different lines, and you get these dynamic events where there's more mechanical failures and things like that. If you add all that together, and the racing is actually that much better, where they fixed all this stuff or really made big improvements, I think that's enough to satisfy a lot of people, not everyone. And we don't know what enhanced career mode means. Maybe they'll come out this week or next week and talk about, hey, by the way, the ownership mode in this game, we did this and we added that and we fixed this, and maybe they'll talk about other things that maybe were added. That's wishful thinking, but I'm hoping that's what they meant by enhanced career mode. But other than that, like if I was a betting man, I would bet that this game is gonna be very similar to last year, except all the gameplay mechanics, the physics, the handling, the AI, all that was worked on, and the cars sound better, and yeah, the game probably is going to look better too. So when you add all that together, it's going to be another stage in the evolution of improvements to this franchise. I try to be fair to these guys. Every year they have made the games better. There's no denying that, and I have to be fair about that. So, as long as they continue going in the direction of improving the games, I don't know how critical I could be, but I do have to be honest. I want to start seeing deeper and more immersive presentation. I want to see a lot more in terms of off-track stuff and just things that tie everything together. That's where this game is really lacking. So it's good if they could fix all the gameplay mechanics, because at the end of the day, the actual racing has to be enjoyable for everybody. And physics have been on the top of almost everyone's list. So if they did work on that and it is improved, and the AI is better and all this other stuff, that's remains to be seen if that's going to be enough for this year. It may or may not be, and for some people it won't be. And it is somewhat disappointing if we don't get any presentation. And I already know there's not going to be paint booths, but maybe there is going to be some additions to the customization. Maybe they did work on that. We don't know yet. So I'd rather wait, and I think within either this weekend or at least the next week, right? Along this time is when they start ramping up the information release. And I'm hoping that today's teaser trailer is just the beginning of more to come. I really do want to know more about the game. And with it, I think that in two weeks from now, we're going to know whether or not this game is just going to be improving on the basics that are already in the game. As far as features, I'm not sure we should expect much, if anything. So that is somewhat disappointing. I'm not sure how I feel yet. So they really a lot hinges on how much better the gameplay mechanics are. So that's really all I have to say. What did you guys think of the teaser trailer? Did you spot something that I didn't? What do you think of the sound? Uh, for me, it sounds better. Obviously, gameplay video is going to tell us a lot more. I'm not a fan of these chopped up, edited, you know, glorified videos that are just, it just feels like a bunch of cutscenes and or chopped up replay stuff. It's not gameplay. There's a big difference. So, what do you guys think? I look forward to your comments.